The jungle hunter was the first predator introduced to us on the big screen. He appeared in the 1987 movie Predator. Our story begins when an unknown space vessel flies over the planet Earth, releasing a smaller one into Earth's atmosphere. We are then taken to Dutch Schaefer in the Central American jungle, preparing for war. He is told that a chopper carrying a cabinet minister was lost in the jungle. They believe that the chopper was shot down by guerrillas, and their job is to rescue the cabinet minister and any other survivors. Dutch meets his old friend Dylan, who joins his team. They are dropped off in the jungle where they are being stalked by the jungle hunter. They find the chopper destroyed with no evidence of survivors. Dutch concludes that the guerrillas must have had highly sophisticated technology to destroy the chopper. They follow some of the survivors' tracks where Billy, the team's hunter-tracker, concludes that there was a firefight, and the survivors fired in all directions, and that there are no tracks leading out of the area. He finds out what happens to them when he comes across 3 skinned bodies, and concludes that one of them was Dutch's friend. They find the guerrillas' camp where they witness the last surviving hostage being killed. Dutch and his team then start attacking the guerrillas. They kill everyone in the camp without casualties except for a woman named Anna, who they take hostage. They then try calling for an extraction, but the area is too hot, so they must hike several miles to the extraction point. During the way, Billy senses the predator's presence, but then dismisses it. At the same time, Anna attempts to escape, but is caught by Hawkins. Hawkins is then killed by the predator. Dylan thinks that some surviving guerrillas killed Hawkins, yet Dutch points out that guerrillas would not have left Anna or any of Hawkins' equipment behind. Pancho interrogates Anna, but all she says was that the jungle came alive and took him. They go looking for Hawkins' body, but they do not find anything. Blaine Cooper, while still looking for Hawkins' body, is spotted by the predator and killed by his shoulder cannon. Mac finds the cloaked predator near Blaine's body, and then begins shooting aimlessly. The others follow and start shooting as well. After they run out of ammunition, they inspect, finding a large hole in his torso. Mac tells the group that they saw that and its eyes disappeared. They set up camp for the night, setting up tripwire mortars around the area. During the night, while Mac mourns his friend's death, a wild pig sets off one of the mortars and attacks Mac. The others hear the commotion and follow after. They discover it was only a pig. They return to Blaine's body to find it missing. The next morning, she continues saying the same thing until she tells them that something was camouflaged and came out of the jungle, killed Hawkins, and took his body. Dutch then decides to stand their ground, or no one will make it back alive. They set up a trap, and Dutch uses himself as bait. The predator falls for their trap and is caught, but escapes using its plasma caster. In the process, Pancho is wounded. Dutch and his team retreat, but Dylan and Mac stay behind to attempt to kill the predator, but are instead killed themselves. Billy then stays behind as well to fight the predator with a machete, but is also killed. The predator catches up with Dutch, Anna, and Pancho, and tries to kill Dutch with its plasma caster, but misses and hits Pancho. Anna picks up Pancho's rifle, but it's kicked out of her hands by Dutch, since he knows that the predator does not kill unarmed prey. It then tries to kill Dutch again with a plasma caster blast, but misses again, hitting his rifle. Dutch tells Anna to run while the predator is focused on him. He ends up running down a hill into a waterfall where he believes he's escaped, but the predator follows. While he tries to escape, Dutch hobbles in the muddy bank, but since he does not have a weapon to defend himself, he waits for the predator to kill him. but instead, strangely, it leaves. Dutch finds out the predator can only see body heat, and since he accidentally covered himself in the cold mud, the predator couldn't see him. Dutch then makes several traps while the predator claims Billy's skull and spine as a trophy. Billy then builds face to block his body heat, then screams to attract the predator. When the predator arrives at Dutch's fire, it couldn't find him. The predator was then barraged by exploding arrows by Dutch. It then tried finding him by shooting in all directions with its plasma caster. Dutch is then knocked out of a tree by a plasma blast, where he then hunts the predator with a spear, following its blood, but instead is found by the predator himself. Dutch lights off a flare to stun the predator, allowing him to have the opportunity to swing from a branch to escape. But Dutch's attempt fails, however, when the branch is hit by a plasma blast, causing Dutch to fall into a pool of water, washing off Dutch's muddy camouflage. The predator then corners Dutch, but doesn't kill him, preferring to kill Dutch in hand-to-hand combat without the aid of his technology, removing his plasma caster and biomask, revealing Dutch the predator's crab-like, noseless face. The predator then beats Dutch as he flees to his last traps. The predator, however, finds out one of his traps, where Dutch then asks the predator to kill him, so it falls into another trap, which it does. Dutch kicks a stick holding up a log, causing it to fall on the predator, but it isn't dead yet. Dutch goes to finish it off with a rock, but hesitates and just looks at it, and asks it what it is. It then repeats him. It then sets off its self-destruct device, then laughs. But Dutch is able to outrun the blast, and the explosion attracts the attention of the chopper carrying Anna, who is still alive. It picks him up and then leaves, putting our story to an end. And that was the Jungle Hunter Predator. Now, I like this individual because of how it hunted. It waited patiently to see if Dutch and his team were worthy prey, unlike the other team it killed. After Dutch and his team managed to destroy the entire guerrilla camp, it chose them as worthy prey. It also took off its biomask and plasma caster after finding Dutch a worthy opponent, preferring to kill him in hand-to-hand combat. However, after losing to Dutch, it had dishonored itself, falling victim to its prey. Thus, it set off its self-destruct device, to give itself an honorable death. Dutch also hinted that the predator killed prey that was armed with a weapon, so it did not attack Anna for this reason. And that was the Jungle Hunter Predator. In the next episode, I will be covering Predator 2's City Hunter Predator. Thank you all for watching. I've been KJohn147, and remember,
we can kill it.